stuff. Hey guys, we are live. We are live. And I'm gonna put with family. Wait a minute, what is it? Family. Hey Pam. Was it family?
Oh, there's Pam.
Oh, hey Pam. Let's see, we're gonna
Pam.
say at family
Time.
Hey
Chris
guys.
Worley, hi.
Time. Oh, because Stephanie can't spell. Kitchen.
Here we go.
Yay! And let's pin that post. Hey!
Hi,
I'm gonna wave to these nice ladies. What's up? What's up?
I see 3 people I know there.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the Sweet Life of Stephanie J. I'm here with Heidi. So this is the Sweet Life of Stephanie J. This is a women empowerment blog that I have. I have a blog and this channel, and we're just here to I have this spot so I can highlight great women like this and highlight how amazing women we are and help us to become the best versions of ourselves. So this past month I've been doing this concept called MADE. And the MADE concept is M, getting your mind right, like getting all those crazy thoughts out that keep you from being your best. A, getting your attitude right, having a positive attitude in everything you do and how that affects your outcomes. That's why Heidi's here today. D, having a dream or a drive, something you're working towards. And E, keeping your energy up through exercise and eating right. So today I am so excited to welcome Heidi Lancaster. Yay!
Thank you, Stephanie.
Ooh, see, we don't even need that sound effect. Heidi, and I'm going to read what I have here. I don't really need to. Heidi, this is such an honor. Heidi, I worked with at Children's Hospital. We were both nurses.
Yes.
She was one of the hardest working people, and she probably doesn't even know I was watching. She always had a great attitude. She always made working on stuff so much easier because she just was a hard worker, easy to work with, and just totally just someone that you don't mind being around and working with. So you made my work environment hella better.
Oh, thank you.
Hella better.
That's even a word.
And aside from being an amazing nurse, she also is a mom of 3. Oh, she's a breast cancer survivor, mom of 3, wife of 28 years, there with
20
me.
in a week and a half.
All right, and friends to many, which some of you are already here. So welcome, 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 welcome. So first of all, Heidi, since I did work with you a long time,
Yes.
and your attitude was so infectious. A lot of times when I wanted to be negative, you were always positive.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. What in your life brings you joy and keeps you in that happy place?
Well, there's little things. I have a great family. My husband, you guys might laugh, but Thirsty Thursday is a big deal.
Thirsty
Thursday.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop, collaborate, and listen. What is thirsty? Collaborate and listen. Heidi's here with a brand new edition. What is Thirsty Thursday?
So when I worked as a nurse, I worked Monday through Thursday, and I worked 10 to 12 hours each of those days. So on Thursday, we always decided we're going to come together. Thursday evening, we're going to sit outside or inside. It's called have a glass of wine and just reconnect. So I have to say, my husband is really a huge part of the joy I get. My kids.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I love, I love my home. Home is kind of where I can, unwind, and that brings me a lot of joy. I don't know, food.
Yeah,
And,
we'll talk about that in a little bit, why food brings her joy and why she's bringing joy to others through her food.
And little things like a campfire, little things like taking a hike. Kids, I see a baby. Talk about bringing your day. Have a great day when you see. In fact, I saw Emma today with kids she was babysitting, and it was what a great lunch this was. So things like that.
So speaking of babies, because we both did pediatric nursing, do you miss it?
I do. I've told you before, and I've told a lot of people that I feel like I had the best job at Cincinnati Children's for me. I had a lot of autonomy. I had respect from my peers, and we helped a lot of patients and families in the work that we did. But it was, I have to say, I also worked with the best team at Cincinnati Children's. But when I retired, it was time because I needed to focus a little bit differently on me and also my family. And so I do miss it, but the nice thing is I still stay in contact with a lot of people. All the doctors I stay in contact with, most of the nurses I work with, and I still get Dr. Nylans will send me pictures of patients who are there asking about me. So he'll text me a picture and said, "Oh, so-and-so says hi," and then I'll send back a selfie going, "Hi." So I still get to stay in contact with people that I met and knew and watched their kids grow up.
That's cool. What? And I didn't even put this question on. How did you know when it was time? Like, was there something that happened that let you know it was time, or was it something internal for you that let you know it was time?
Well, a couple things. It was during my chemo and my radiation treatments that I was just so daggone tired. I was really tired, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And this might sound crazy, but I was and Max was 10 at the time, my youngest was 10 at the time, and he was struggling with me being sick. He was struggling seeing his mom not her normal self. So when that happened, I just started praying about it. And I was sitting in church. Chuck Mingo was, doing his Southern Baptist thing. He was going all crazy. And all of a sudden, I heard, and people are going to think I'm crazy, but I heard, it is time. So, hi, Lizzie. I just heard in my mind that it's time. And so Marcus and I went on a retreat, a couples retreat, and we talked about it. And that's when, we were both on board with it. And
wow.
Yeah, kind of crazy, I know, but.
No, I mean, but it just brings something to my mind, like, as women, and we talked about this a little bit ago, we get distracted by all the things happening around us, and you don't want to take something like cancer or something traumatic to make you wake up and say, I need to get like wraps on my life. Like, I need to get the life that I was meant to live and not to live for everybody else or a business or a company or whatever.
Right.
And taking that moment to stop, and really it was the stop that made you open your heart
Right.
to be able to receive when God told you it's time.
And it's hard though, because I identified myself in such a way with my role as a nurse. Right?
I think we all do.
We all do.
I think we all do.
Pam and Lizzie, all you guys listening.
Yeah.
And I know Lizzie's been through some stuff too, but
I messaged her about that last week.
It's kind of, it's hard to step outside of that, because that's where we identify ourselves as, we get a lot of value in that.
And we do that as moms too, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of, even if you don't have a career as moms, like I talk to a lot of stay-at-home moms and moms in general, and they identify so much with the mom role that they lose the person role.
Yes.
And you can't, you can't do that, because that person's gonna always be there. Scary as it sounds, as much as we hate it sometimes, like this and that is gonna always be there when those kids go on and find their husband or wife and go off and become whatever they're gonna become. You're still, so that's why this concept of getting made was so strong to me, because we got to get ourselves made into the women that God intended us to be, or we're gonna end up at the end of whatever role that is, nursing, mom, or whatever, whatever you feel like brings you value, and we're gonna be lost.
We're gonna be flat. And we're gonna be uninspired.
Wow, uninspired. Oh, wow, that is so true.
I don't know.
No, that's true. Because when you don't have a purpose, you're uninspired.
Right.
You're uninspired to
you can't. And that's one of the things. And Lizzie and I had talked about this too. When I was going through chemo, we all have this inner light that lets people know we're alive, and we exude it out to everyone. But when I was going through chemo, I was like, it was squelched, it was gone. I would sit there and just be, Marcus would say, "What do you need?" I'm like, I just don't know. But that light comes back, right? And it lets people know that we're alive and we're here. And that's why to be inspired is to be able to shed that light on the people around you and the people you're working with,
Wow. Oh my God! I'm right now. I'm all like, woo! Well, let's see what Beautiful Brain Collective. She said something in here. I might have missed the first part of that, Andrea. Oh, let me wave over there. Wave. Wow, there's some like heavy stuff being thrown around over here. And be resentful. Yeah, we do. No, because you're resentful of your job. You're resentful of what it stole from you. You become resentful of your family. Sometimes our spouses, like because we let people take that light and shut it down.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm like, light. We need light. So I was gonna ask you, when you were going through breast cancer treatment, and you showed up every day. Like, I don't know if you realize that, and I'm sure a lot of women on here will agree with me. You showed up, like you showed up for life. And you didn't just show up and like act it out, like, but I could tell there were days that you were down.
Yeah.
Like what were things that brought you up on those days when you didn't feel like the light was shining, the light was depressed?
Well, there's always somebody who is where we worked. We dealt with parents whose children were chronically and critically ill sometimes. So in my mind, they were always in a way worse spot than me, right? So the perspective. And two, as a mom, I would look at my kids and I'm like, I have to show up and I have to put on my big girl panties and I need to show my kids that I can get through this. And because they look to me for that kind of leadership. Now, granted, Matthew and Emma were older at the time. Emma was in college, Matthew was on his way out of college, but Max was 10, so I had to make sure that he saw his mom living in the midst of all the chaos. So, anyway, I don't know.
Yes, Heidi's perspective keeps me going, and that's why she's here, because the concept in Maid that she brings out that I see is her attitude. And that A for attitude, it really, to me, like, I know the times when I haven't had a good attitude about things, like the results showed. And I don't not often have a bad attitude, but when I did, and it forced me to turn around really quickly. Yeah. And I really think, like, the healing in your body has a lot to do with your attitude. Now, not everything, because, like, some people, things don't work out for them in a whatever way medically, and they had a good attitude, but that attitude might be the thing that other people need to see. That light.
And the other thing that really helped me as I'm thinking about this, and we had talked about a little bit earlier, is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And so you're already vulnerable because somebody's told you have cancer and you're looking at your own mortality, but other people have lost a job or lost a spouse or any number of things that happen big in your life. To be vulnerable will allow you to receive other
Say that real loud. Say that real loud.
So to be vulnerable, it allows you to receive from other people. You cannot receive if you're not vulnerable. So, for instance, I remember people at work were like, can we set up a meal trade? And I'm like, no, I don't need that. But, I'm home and I see my husband, he was doing it all. He was being a dad, he was being a provider, he was being a nurse, and he could have used the help, just letting as women, we don't let other people help us, right?
We don't.
So we need to, and your attitude changes when your head is in a place that you're just really feeling like crud, and you let people come and help, because people love you, and they want to do that. And so by being vulnerable, and you let yourself receive the love that people are trying to give you, and hence that kind of helps with your attitude a little bit.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I was going to ask you, we were talking about what was the one word that you would give to a woman that's going through something like you went through, and what was that word?
It was to be vulnerable. And it's because I think it's, like I said, as women, we feel like we need to control it all, we need to do it all, we need to be the best mom, the best coworker, the best spouse, and we don't always ask for help. And sometimes we have to, right? And I think it's brought my husband and I much closer because I actually allowed him to care for me.
Well, I think that's where
and
relationships come from.
Right? I asked Emma to come home from college to take me to treatments. I would have never done that. I asked friends. Chris's mom took me to treatments, and it's like, it's those situations that I would have never done that before, but they want to help and they're willing to help, and that's just kind of.
So being vulnerable, I mean, really is to me, like when you don't open up that vulnerability, you're not giving another person a chance to do what God might have put on their heart.
Right.
So if like I put on my heart to say, you know, like if I said, Heidi, I really want you to come talk to like this audience and talk to these women, you're like, no.
Yeah. Which I was kind of like, really?
I'd have been like, okay, her attitude ain't all that great. Take her off the list.
She
ain't made. But she didn't, so we're good.
Yeah.
But no, but that would have been ruined the opportunity for you to share this story where you're being vulnerable and you're sharing things about your life with someone out there who may be going through something that's very, like, for them, as critical as it was you being having your illness.
And I just, you know, we need to, you know, as women, we need to rally around each other.
Yes.
Right?
Amen.
That's,
high five, everybody. High five. Women, rally.
and to allow it to happen, because I was resistant to that initially, but then I figured out real quick, I can't do this alone. I just can't do it. I need my people. I need my family. And my coworkers covered my butt so much when I was, you know, out and about. So anyway.
Well, I'm going to answer. Beautiful Brain Collective asks, when you are down, who sets you straight? Because I know sometimes like you get those moods and you're like, who sets you straight and gets you back on track?
Well, my daughter, for one, is pretty.
Daughters are really good at that.
She's pretty much a straight shooter. You know, she and I are similar in personality, and so I think she picks up on when there's something going on. So she'll be like, "What's going on? What's your problem?" I'm like, I don't have a problem.
I love it.
Yeah, you do. My husband can pick up on it, but he's a little bit more politically correct with how he.
He knows what the wrath might be afterwards.
Exactly. So
you say what?
Yeah. And friends can pick up on things. You know, they can pick up on subtle things. You know, when you're down and you're not quite right. It's like, what's going on?
I got one of those girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly. So
send a text message and she can read between the lines.
Yes, exactly. Let's go have a coffee or whatever. You know, yeah. So I'd say that's a good.
Well, moving away from all that stuff. This new business.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I printed some pictures up.
Oh, cool.
Not that many because I didn't want to kill my printer ink. So
that's a lot of ink.
I know, right? So Heidi and her daughter, which I think
Emma.
is so great because one day me and my daughter might get along. We might do something fun together. Right now, she hates me. Anyway, started this new business, Family Time Kitchen. And the
Time, THYME, as in the herb.
THYME.
As in the herb.
And it's right there in the pin post.
Yeah.
So the motto, like this is amazing. Like that is actually something that I need. Bringing families back to the table. I can't remember exact words, but it's like bringing families back
around the table. Yeah. So just to back up a little bit.
Okay.
I was about 6 months retired when Emma came to, and you have to know Emma has the entrepreneurial spirit here. My zen, my place I go when I want some downtime and quiet time, and my happy place is cooking, right? It's always been that place, always, always, always. So she's like, Mom, and she was she graduated from college and now was in an accelerated nursing program, and she was,
I didn't know that.
and she was a nanny and working. And so she'd say, you know, these moms are coming home and they are like frazzled. They've worked all day, the kids are running around. She's like, they need help. And she's like, you know, we should start a business where you cook. And I was like, that sounds fun. And so we took 3 families that we knew personally, and we did a kind of a research market group, and they helped us to develop the recipes and come up with ideas and, you know, services that we could provide for them. And so Emma was the real catalyst behind this, and I just came along because I love to cook. And the more we thought about it, though, was like as a nurse, you're a nurturer. you still need to do that. And this is a way for us to nurture families. Because I was there once. We were driving to soccer, heading through Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, Panera.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Anybody
exactly.
else there? Been there?
Yeah, and
going there? Afraid of going there?
yeah, and it's one of those things that, you know, it's our way of giving back, and it's, you know, and doing something that I love to do. Because somebody once said to me, so what are you going to do when you retire? I'm like, I'm going to go home and I'm going to cook. Not thinking that it would lead to a business at some point. So that was kind of
So I did print a few pictures off, but they're
Okay.
like so vivid and so beautiful because all her stuff's so doggone fresh. So,
yeah, it is
so
good.
these are, tell me about these.
Mason jar salads. So we have, they're made to order, or we do a feature one each week. And so you basically pick what you want. You pick your base, which is either quinoa, pasta, or brown rice, and then you pick 4 vegetables, and they can be fresh or roasted. Then you pick a cheese, a protein, and you pick the greens that you want. And then we make homemade salad dressings too.
You know, I have these in the cart right now. Like
These things are amazing.
I have them in the
because
cart. I need to like just go purchase them.
And then we're kind of like the milkman. We recycle the jars.
Oh,
So you
wow.
leave it for us when we do the next delivery.
So tell them about the concept of how you get the food there.
Em and I actually deliver. So we deliver in the 275 loop and kind of east. I live in New Richmond, so on the east side. And so if you know, you place your order, and we have a full menu of entrees. You know, we do the everyday gourmet, which is kind of the
Tell them about it. I've been on there.
We do the family friendly, which most kids are going to like sloppy joes or a pasta dish. We do we're now doing quiches and overnight oats and smoothie kits, and we're doing these salads, and it's just and soups. We have 2 soups each week, and the sheet pan, because you know if I'm making the food, you're still going to have to heat up the oven. So if we give you the sheet pan and it's ready to go, you're still going to have to heat up the oven, but you kind of pick and choose what you want.
Sheet pan meals.
Yeah.
And
So
do those
anyway,
come like refrigerated?
They come refrigerated.
Okay.
So, and you pick, on that, it's the same kind of thing. You pick your vegetables, you pick your protein, and we kind of do the rest for you and have it ready for you. So that when you get home, you just slide it in the oven and it's good to go. So, and you know, it's been really good. We've had some really good feedback. We've had families return a lot. So, and the best thing we hear is that you know, we're so happy to serve people, and they said this has made such a difference in our family.
Wow.
So we're actually getting moms, dads, brothers, sisters, everybody sitting together at a table, and there's less stress.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's
that. And here's another one. This is one of the soups. This is the turkey.
yeah.
Turkey bean.
Yep. And it's been a creative outlet for me too, because you know you get to come up with menus, and our menus change weekly, so you can pick and choose.
Oh, they change weekly.
Yeah, the salads are they're featured salads each week, but the salads are the same each week. You pick what you want. But we change the menu every week. We change the soups, we change the entrees, we change the featured items. So it's been a really fun time, because I'm the girl who likes to read cookbooks for fun.
So unfortunately, if you don't live in the Cincinnati 275 loop,
We'll
you
work
are.
with you.
Oh, okay. Well, some of them are in like New York, New Jersey.
Can't help you.
But Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. Sorry about y'all. I'll order and you can come to my house and eat.
Exactly.
So this is really good though, because I know when my kids were running around and stuff, before I started meal prepping, which is what I do to make my life sane.
Sundays probably, right?
I do Sunday meal prep. Yes, we do. But we did a lot. My car was filthy because we did drive-through like all the time.
And
when
it's
my
not
older
healthy.
kids. Oh no, I stopped that crap.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good for the kids. And I think families need a place that they can just sit down and decompress and gather together, and we've kind of lost that in our hectic ways. So we just want to be a service, because you know Emma remembered that because I didn't work when Matthew and Emma were little. I was a stay-at-home mom, and she remembered that we had a meal together every night. So like I said, she's the energy and the drive, and And,
Well, I was going to ask you, hey Wendy, I was going to ask you, what is it like working with your daughter? I mean, she sounds like pretty awesome.
She's
actually.
a cool kid. She's actually a really cool girl. She is like, the Energizer Bunny. She's getting her second degree. She works. She's working for this business. I mean, she's busy, and she just keeps on chugging away. She has a really positive outlook, and it just
Wonder where
makes
she
it
gets
easy.
that from. Any ideas where she gets her positive
Well, it's funny
outlook
because
from?
there are some
Just saying.
there are some people who say that she acts a little bit like me.
Really?
Yeah. And but that can be where you have a little bit of tension. If you're a little bit, we've had to learn to communicate better. In that, we can't read into what somebody else is saying. We actually have to say, when you said this, did you mean it to be? So we've had to work through that, but...
So your business, I mean, that's hard being business partners and mother-daughter.
Yeah.
And you were telling me before, like, you guys talk all the time.
Yeah, we talk all the time. Which is funny because my son Matthew's like, you and Emma talk all the time, every day, because he's a boy.
Right.
We talk once a week. We get caught up from all the activities, but yeah, we probably talk.
Oh, she said I got it from my mama. You got it, honestly, girl.
Yeah.
You cannot get rid of that. But you know what? I'm very impressed. I'm glad you popped on here because when I see young people like you, I'm so inspired by the millennials who people have so many bad things to say
they
about,
do.
but I get the most energy and the most life from this generation of millennials. They are so inspiring. They're so driven and motivated.
And they are not afraid to take risks.
No, that's the
They're
difference.
not afraid to take
No,
risks.
I
They
love
have
it.
entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And they're like,
You go, Emma.
I know, and I am not a risk taker. I'm more a safe. I tend to be more safe.
But I think that's our generation.
Right,
Because
exactly.
I was talking about this another time with someone else. We were raised in the generation of go to college,
Right.
get your job,
Right.
work there till you retire, and sit back
Right.
and enjoy retirement,
Right.
and that's when you get to enjoy life.
Right.
And this generation,
Exactly.
man, I want to like hop on their heels and just drag along because they're all like taking it back,
Right.
taking your life, going out there and trying new things. Like I was telling you, my son moved to Chicago, didn't have a job. I was like, don't ever do that crap again. But he was willing to like take that risk and not like and risk failure.
Right.
Like we've been so afraid to fail, us women in our 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm in 50s.
Yeah, me too.
And we're so afraid of failing that we don't even try.
Yeah.
So like I want to take that back.
So It's,
Oh, thank you. I love what you're doing. Thank you. But we need to take that back. Like we need to start mimicking some of these millennials, the kids that we raised,
Right.
the ones we raised to be independent
Right.
and smart
Right.
and risk takers, and start taking on some
Right.
of those characteristics.
Right. I totally agree. And they're inspirational.
Yes.
And the way that they're okay if they step outside their comfort zone and they're willing to try. And I just think
I
that's
love it.
awesome.
I love it. Well, right now, what's feeding your soul? Like, what brings? I always ask people like what they're reading, what they're listening to, because I always feel like whatever's coming into you is part of what feeds your soul.
Yeah. I read cookbooks. I know that's so totally boring.
No, but that's what you're
But I love
passionate
to read
about.
cookbooks. I love it. It's like good literature to me. That's what that
Wow.
is. Music is kind of, Max is 13, so I'm listening to some Post Malone with Max. Have you listened to any
No,
Post Malone?
I haven't.
It's a good beat drop.
Okay, let me write this. Post.
Some of the words are bad, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, I have a 15-year-old at home.
When I
Gotta
want to
write that down.
relax, we listen to James Taylor.
Oh, I love JT.
Yeah, JT.
Oh, I love you. That's my guy.
Yeah, and my other guys, you're gonna laugh at this, but I love Marvin Gaye. I can groove
that's the best.
to Marvin Gaye. Like I can groove. I know I can groove. Nobody else knows I can groove, but I can groove.
Let's ask your daughter. Can she groove?
I taught you everything you know there, girlie.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
those, and just being on a porch swing with my dog. I know that sounds so simple
No.
and silly, but You know, I just get great pleasure in being home and with my family, and you know, especially when they're all together. You know how that is. They're kind of scattered.
Yeah, well, all yours are. So your oldest son,
He's Matthew. He lives in Indianapolis. He's married. He and his wife are both engineers.
and no grandchildren.
No.
And then there's Emma, who's like working on everything.
Yeah, and she has a significant other who we love. He's
Good.
a great guy. And maybe she'll get, if you like it, you should have put a ring on it.
You like to think you should have put a ring on it.
Sorry.
Oh my God, no, I love it because that's why I have energy and I love energy. It's so
Yeah.
awesome. Yes, I love that energy. And then there's little
Little
Max.
Max, who's in 8th grade, and he's keeping us young. You know, I was 40 when I had him, so you know, I was a geriatric.
Another conversation.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, so you know, I guess that would be the gist of it all.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So where can people find you if they live in the 275 loop in Ohio?
Well, it goes into Kentucky too.
Oh, or in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we go all over the
Okay,
place.
so 275
Yeah.
loop. Where can they order?
FamilyTimeKitchen.com. And while I have this platform, I do
Yes.
want to talk to my ladies out there who are doing their self-breast exams. I want to make sure you're still doing that. But
Hold
also,
on, let me do this. I want you to say it really good.
Also, I really want you to do your self-breast exams, but I also want you to look at your anatomy, because my self-breast exam wasn't abnormal. It was the way my breast looked. So look at it in the mirror.
So say that again really clear.
Okay. So when you're do your self-breast exam like you do once a month, but also I want you to go in your bathroom with your shirt off and raise your arm and see if you see any abnormalities on your breast, because that's how I found mine. And it's a really important thing for us to advocate for each other. And I wouldn't have, if I hadn't noticed that, who knows where it would be right
I'm
now.
not even gonna lie. After Heidi got breast cancer, actually like 2 other people that were really close to me got breast cancer. I feel on my breast.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of Starbucks. I feel on my breast all the time, like all the time. I'm in the middle of Starbucks. I don't care. They're mine. I'm gonna make sure they're healthy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do, and it
Yeah,
was really
yeah,
truly
yeah.
after you got breast cancer, then the lady we worked
Yeah.
with had it,
Yes,
and then
yes,
one of
yes.
my very good friends
Yeah.
had it all in the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And after that, man, I'm like constantly
Yeah.
in the mirror, looking,
Yeah.
feeling. But I mean, hey, they're ours, and we want to keep them healthy.
Right,
So
we do.
I did just have my mammogram. I was very proud of
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. It's so I just wanted to
No, I'm
talk
glad
about
you
that.
did. I'm glad you did.
It's important stuff.
Any other advice for the ladies out there to keep themselves in the right spirit and keep moving forward in life?
Just find your happy. Find what makes you happy. Take risks, because
Yes.
we like Stephanie said, we're not of that. I am not of that generation, and there's been a great reward on the other side of that. And let's, as women, stick together. We have our people. We have a tribe, and we all are.
You're part of my tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
There's my husband joining us now. He's probably spoke up from his now.
Oh, cute. I'd say that's
Okay, this is a women's good.
Yeah.
So, women, stick together. Hey, babe. And find your happiness and take risks. Don't be afraid to try something new. This was new to me. Like, I didn't even want to go live at first. I was like nervous. What are people going to think of me? And then I started thinking, you know what? There's voices out there that have to be heard. And
But
if
girl,
I'm the person that brings them,
this is perfect for you.
Can I talk
I'm
about
telling
it?
you, no, because you're just like, people want to be around you, and you bring out this, you're easy to talk to. So this is perfect for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have you here because you're an inspiration to me, and I really like to surround myself with people who have positive energy and who bring their light out. And you talking about the light, like that is so strong.
Yeah.
That is so strong, because if you walk through life, I'm going to tell you this week, your challenge, bring your light out, or if you see someone whose light looks like they're dim, go help them bring their light
Yeah.
out. Because I see that every day. I see women, and you can see it in their spirit. And don't just be more perceptive about other people, because we all, like Heidi said, we need each other.
Yep.
And if you see another woman who you can tell that something's not right with her, go ask her.
Yeah.
Like, we need to stop walking away and turning ourselves,
right.
turning our heads to people when we see them at work or see them looking down. Go ask them.
Make yourself vulnerable.
Yes.
By saying, hey, is everything all right today? Tell me what's going on.
You can change her life.
Yeah.
You can change her life.
You never know.
So we're gonna head out and finish
All right.
our conversation. But guys, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. This actually will be up for 24 hours, and then I'll have eventually on YouTube. This will be added to YouTube, and it'll be added to IG stories. So keep working towards finding your sweetest life. And we're so happy you joined us today, guys. Have a great night. Go find some happiness. We're gonna finish our Starbucks.
Cheers.
Cheers.